Hello, everyone. It is incredible to be here, and it's such a delight to listen for the last few hours to what each of you are doing in the world. And to me, the most amazing thing about this, and yes, I got the book, the most amazing thing about this is when I show people how thick this book is I say we see so many negative things on the news all the time. And one of the reasons why I'm able to have an upbeat attitude despite all the craziness is because I get to participate in so many ways that are innovative, that are helping to address in their various small ways to improve life in this planet. And what I realize is that the blessing of knowing that is what gets me up and moving and innovating and continuing despite all the crazy stuff we see on the news. And what I explain to people that I know and that follow my work is that if you take a look at this, whatever I'm doing, magnified by every person in this book, and then magnify that by every community that is following each and every one of you. And that is incredibly motivating. And the world right now needs to feel this enthusiasm, needs to feel that things are possible, needs to feel that each one of us has the potential to make that impact. And so I think that that's one of the really key things that we should be communicating with this book is that while we can get despondent and we can feel like things are going crazy, and in many ways they are, but if you take a look at the amount of people in this and you realize that these represent people who are absolutely, with Caroline Makaka, with Viola, with what they researched, these are people that are all actively making something happen and that is provable, and in many cases it's something that can be replicated, and those innovations are changing the world. So to get to see it represented, and also personally, sometimes it can feel very lonely when you're the leader, and all of us involved in this, we are the leaders of our communities, of our movements, and the ones that have to galvanize people and say, don't worry, we can tackle this. And it can get so depressing sometimes when you're alone going, oh God, like you tell the whole world you can do it, and you come home and you go, oh God. But when I look at this, I realize all of you are in that same position and you're doing incredible things, and that just it's a beautiful motivation for me. So those of you that have taken a look at it, what my work in the book, I have what's called the Mimnesing Institute, and we have work that we've been doing in Japan, Israel, Palestine, throughout Latin America. We serve a lot of the Native American communities throughout North America. We're opening a new chapter in London. We have campuses in both for Tolteca and for the Mayan communities, and we have one of the leading initiatives that's saved $55 million worth of food from landfills to date. Separately from that, I also have what's called Eco. My friend Tanya Ariales Rodriguez and I, we found out, we didn't mean to break a glass ceiling, but we found out we're the only females out there entering the energy sector. And at the same time, I also have the UTF Holdings, which is an investment for-profit firm with my friend Clu Ugormo, and it's all focused on supporting the Sustainable Development Goals. So when I talk to people about what I do as a public speaker, I was born with a hearing loss, so I speak words I can't even hear perfect clearly. When I talk to people about my work as that, or as a sculptor, or as a published author, or whether it's for-profit or nonprofit, I feel that the one word that I resonate with all of it is humanitarian. And, just that profound love of humanity and connection. And my biggest hope for humanity is that we recognize our common humanity. And I know that many people are focused on, my community, whatever you define my community. Is that women? Is it LGBT? Is it a particular culture? Is it a particular race? Is it a particular religion? And I think that in a world that we're moving into, where we're increasingly more interconnected, interdependent than ever before as a species, especially with all the environmental things that are happening, unless we start recognizing that we share that common humanity, and we move past those definitions, we're not going to be able to survive. We're not going to be able to lift each other up. But when I see what we've been able to do cumulatively together with the leadership of Dr. Caroline Makaka and Dr. Viola Edward De Glanville, what we are being able to present to the world is a demonstration of not just theory, but action, because every one of you has done so much. So those are my thoughts for today, and it's just an absolute honor to get to be with all of you, and thank you for what you're doing in this world.
Thank you so much. It's so important to be able to push that window of expectation towards positivity rather than negativity, absolutely.